from Nunatsiavut and Corner Brook, Deantha Edmunds. I wonder if you could tell me a little bit about the song that we just heard, and I think that I can speak for everybody in the audience when we're wondering a little bit about that last line that sort of hung and caught us all off guard. How will you be remembered? Talk to me a little bit about that song and about that line.
This song actually came to me really quickly. I don't think I originally even planned to have this certain number of songs on the album Connections a few years ago. And then just one day, I was thinking, and these words just poured out of me, and the song came to me like that, and that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But I felt like I tapped into something that I had been feeling a lot, especially since the loss of my father. And I thought, how will you be remembered? And don't we all want to be remembered for the love that we gave, the love that we have for ourselves and extend to those in our lives, in our circles, and beyond that, out into the world? And I mean, to me, it really just comes down to that. That's what we're here to do, to connect and to feel that love and to share that. So that's why the song begins and ends with throat singing. The song that the particular throat song that they're doing is called the Love Song. And so it's the beginning and end of everything.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Tell me, can you tell me a little bit about your dad? What was your dad's name?
Albert Edmunds, and he was from Hopedale in Nunatsiavut, the north coast of Labrador, and he is dearly missed, and he was all love. He was all love. My mother is a beautiful blonde Irish Newfoundlander who is having her 80th birthday very soon, and they raised my siblings and I in a home full of love and music and pride in who we are and where we come from and what we put out into the world.
The last time we spoke on Q, it was interesting to hear the throat singing be part of that composition, because I'm trying to make sure I find the right words here. You and I talked about, I want to say it's like a slight distance from some of the traditions, or some of the slight distance you might have felt from some Inuit traditions, in particular throat singing. And you were telling me that you, at that point, were going to learn it, or you were starting to learn it. I wonder if you could tell me like how it's going, and how has that been for you emotionally to reconnect there?
That's a great question, and thank you so much for asking that. So during the pandemic, my daughter Annabelle and I did some throat singing workshops that the Inuit Art Foundation offered for Inuit all across Canada, of course. And we've been practicing a bit here and there, and we've performed live just a couple of times. Yeah. The Love Song is actually what we have shared before, and it is. It's difficult to put into words. When I sing in Inuk, in the classical style, I feel more grounded than when I sing in any other language. And when I throat sing and use my breath and my voice in a different way, it's like connecting to another part of myself that I didn't realize was missing. So it's something I'm really grateful for, and something I talk about a lot in my work, how the breath is the voice, and that is coming right from our core. I always tell students and youth that I am fortunate enough to mentor that your voice is like a fingerprint, and so the way we use it is so important and vital. The words we choose when we speak to ourselves, the words we choose when we speak to others, and what messages we send out through our voice. And it's such a beautiful emotional release, because when we sing, we are literally changing the vibrations in the space that we're in. And to me, that is just, it's so powerful.
I want to break down this year that I just mentioned when I was introducing you. So on July 1st, you were invested as a member of the Order of Canada. You won a Juno for Classical Composition of the Year. for your original song cycle, Ang Malusika, with the Newfoundland Symphony Orchestra, Symphonia, conducted by Newfoundland's own Mark Fewer.
Yes.
You received an honorary doctorate of music from Acadia University. You won Indigenous Artist of the Year at the East Coast Music Awards. What a year.
Yes, it has been. Thank you. It has been incredible, and
yeah,
I don't think I have processed any of it because I just keep moving on to the next things that are coming.
We can take a couple of minutes now and just be quiet so you can process it if you want, we can do it.
A moment of quiet? What is that?
I know. What has that meant to you? I mean, I not to make you process it in front of me, but that's quite a year, Deantha,
It is very humbling and validating as well, because Indigenous classical singers are few and far between. We are getting more and more, and there's a wonderful singing community out there. But to me, because I'm now composing as well as singing, it means so much to be recognized for that, because I feel like my voice is being heard, and I'm grateful every single day to be able to do what I do, whether it's writing or composing or performing, acting. And here's a nice little chance for me to say that I enjoy doing some background acting on some of the shows that that have been discussed.
Have you been on St. Pierre?
I have.
No way. Really?
Yep. So.
Who did you play? What was your role? What were you?
Well, you haven't seen me yet, and you may not see me.
Right.
You may not see me
Deep
at all.
background acting, they call that. Yeah.
Plainclothes officer.
Plainclothes officer? You could be one right now, and I'd have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
The last time we spoke, we talked about how the history of classical music, you mentioned that Indigenous classical musicians are few and far in between, but growing. But you talked about how the history of classical music, there is a history of classical music that is unique to the Inuit of Nunatsiavut. You are called, as I referred to you, the first Inuk professional classical singer, but you have pointed out that classical music sung by Inuit in Inuktitut goes back centuries. Yeah.
Yes, and thank you for giving me the chance to talk about this, because it's something I'm very proud of, and something that I still can't believe is in my ancestry and in my genes.
Talk to us a little bit about it.
Because I became a classical singer simply because it was my passion, and singing has always felt like I'm being my truest Deantha. So for those of you who know me from childhood, and you know that I talk too much and I sing all the time, you understand exactly what I mean. But to find out in my 30s that Inuit in Nunatsiavut were singing Mozart and Bach and Haydn, these famous European classical composers, Inuit in Nunatsiavut were singing this music in Inuktitut and playing stringed instruments and brass instruments, singing in 4-part choral harmonies with soloists. And this music became something very unique to Nunatsiavut. This is something not a lot of people are aware of, and something I take great pride in sharing wherever I can. Because not only did the Inuit learn how to read and sing and perform and play this music, but they really did make it into something that belongs to them. They changed little bits here and there, rhythms or notes, and it's really something so remarkable to know that 200 years ago there was an Inuit composer writing out the parts for this grand, sacred European church music, and in Inuktitut.
I think what's so clear to me when you talk about that is that, I was referring to you as such a groundbreaking musician, such a groundbreaking figure for music in Canada, but it's also that beautiful thing where you're both a groundbreaking musician and also a link in a long chain. And I think it's such an incredible story, and I thank you so much for the performance. And again, we're all just so proud of you here in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Nothing.
One more time for the great Deantha Edmunds.